Good morning, gorgeous people. So I hope you had a lovely weekend, a lovely Easter, whatever you celebrate. So today we're on the subject of to use protection or not to use protection, um, is the question. And the answer is absolutely yes. And you might think, well, that's just my opinion. And I'm going to elaborate that it's just not my opinion later on. In fact, I may end up doing 2 videos of this because this is such a subject to do. I've covered it before slightly in other videos and stuff, but it's come up recently with quite a few people, and I've realised quite a lot of people are not protecting. So people protect often when there might be a witch and they might cast a circle before they do spiritual work and things like that. You know, clear your space, call in whoever you want to call in, and that is brilliant. And that obviously is a way of respect and stuff as well. It's not just protection in that way. You might call in the quarters, the elements and stuff. But I'm talking about us extremely sensitive souls, and I was taught to believe that the higher your vibration, so the more spiritual work you did, the more Reiki you gave yourself, and which clears, you know, your system, and the more shadow work you do and all of that clears you and you vibrate higher, and you know, all of that stuff, and when you're doing that you need less protection or no protection. And when you start out you need protection because anything can come in, but the higher you're vibrating as such, the higher you're working. Higher is not a great word, but it is really, there's not many words to describe it, but it doesn't mean hierarchy, although a lot of people who state this, it seems to me that they mean hierarchy. So if you're vibrating higher, you're in 5D reality, you're all this, then you don't need protection because you're so purer than other people, and like attracts like, and you're not going to get the more denser, negative, darker energies. Okay, that made sense to me, to my logical brain at some point. And I did stop protection that I did every day. So I put myself in a bubble very early on. I was taught to put myself in a bubble, and that bubble could be any color. It could be a rainbowy bubble, and that, you know, things aren't going to get in because I've put that protection around me. Things still do get in no matter how much you protect yourself, actually, which is, again, not an opinion. It is what I've learned working for so long. So anyway, and then I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia and stuff, and I thought, well, I looked into fibromyalgia, all that I could find, and I looked into, you know, changing my diet and doing things for myself to I think I'm going to sneeze. I do apologise. I don't edit, so you may get a sneeze in this video. Hopefully it's going to go away. So I tried to, oh my goodness. There we go. Hopefully that's the only one. Yeah. So I was trying to work out ways that I could look after myself and stuff, and I started looking at protection again. And actually I took a class on protection, a one-to-one with my shamanic teacher, which she found hilarious because I'd been working so long. And I said, no, I want you to teach me like you would a newbie, so that it sinks in again and that I can start from that starting point of being a newbie. So that's what she did. And oh my God, it changed my life completely. So if you're a super sensitive soul, this video is totally for you. If you are not, but you're doing spiritual work to a degree, in fact, even if you're not even a spiritual well, everyone's spiritual, but if you're not practice any type of spirituality, we all actually need protection. And my analogy for this is, imagine you believe that you're vibrating at this higher level. Now, if you're vibrating at this higher level, that should mean that you won't get ill. Well, they do. You won't have anything wrong with you, and you know you're flying because like attracts like, you're only getting good stuff. So you stop cleaning your teeth because you actually believe nothing could possibly happen to your teeth. You know, what a load of tosh. Because if you don't clean your teeth, if you don't go to the dentist, if you don't look after them, you know, it is a natural fact that, you know, the stuff's going to go wrong. You are going to get stuck, you know, you are going to need maybe a fill-in or something. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't, you have to look after yourself. And to look after yourself in a really super way, especially for higher sensitive souls, is to protect. Now, you can find certain ways of doing it. So nowadays, I think I've discussed this before, but I'll say it again in this one, is I put myself in this sphere. Now, this sphere is ametrine. I'm not sure you're going to see it's ametrine. It might just look like amethyst, but you could just put yourself in amethyst. You could put your, oh, look at that rainbow. You could put yourself in a clear bubble, in a clear quartz. The reason I put myself in ametrine sphere is because ametrine for me, now this is more my opinion, ametrine for me is the violet flame. People look at the violet flame for amethyst, but for me it's ametrine because you've got that bright orange of fire energy and you've got the lovely amethyst energy, and the purple energy, and it just works for me. And I've always used ametrine with the violet flame. Now, the violet flame is the most amazing tool in your spiritual toolbox to cleanse. It will cleanse spaces, places, people, things, yourself. So and that's probably another video, to cleanse or not to cleanse. That is the question. But today we're on to protect. So I put myself in that sphere every single morning without fail, while I'm in the shower. And I faced east, which was a fluke. I didn't even realize I was facing east, sun coming up, which is great actually to start the day in that way. And the other thing I do now, because I work with the runes, is I use the Algies rune, which is a rune of protection, and it's also a rune of connection. And this just works for me, and I've been doing this now for over 2 years, and the difference is astounding. So what I do is, my first thing is I put myself in my ametrine sphere of protection, and then I do Algies above me, Algies below me, Algies to the right of me, Algies to the left of me, Algies in front of me, Algies behind me. And it just works. It just, for me. Now, that is my opinion. That is what I found is great for me. And you might put yourself in mirrors. You might put a cloak over you. You know, you'll find your own way. Just look into many different ways of protection. But the easiest, simplest is a bubble. Is a bubble or a sphere of light, or you know, a crystal. I'm into crystals, so that just worked for me. But I noticed in that time that I stopped protecting, one, I had a huge, massive, deliberately sent to me psychic attack. Now, that's a bit more scary, but it was deliberate. But the reason I wanted to do this video about protection is not about that sort of thing. So it's not about getting some really dark magic sent your way, a curse and stuff like that, which does happen, but it's very rare, really. The reason I got sent this psychic attack is because the person that I thought was a person that I was friends with and stuff, which I'm never going to go into on here, truly wasn't, and did want harm to come to me, and it worked, because I was ill for about 3 months, and stuff. Like I said, I don't want to go into it particularly, which I already sort of have, but anyway, the reason I want to talk about protection is because it's not those major, big, scary things like a psychic attack that is the reason you protect. The reason you protect is for spiritual hygiene, and it is for everyday communications. So it's not someone deliberately sending you something. It's for you. So say you go shopping, right? I need protection in a supermarket anyway, because it is full of lots of people, full of different energies. All of that messes with my energy, and then my energy's not clear, and it's overwhelming for a highly sensitive person. Now, I'm highly sensitive in very physical ways, so sights, smells, sounds, all of that as well. So you can imagine being in a supermarket, you've got sights, smells, sounds, you've got then people. It's just like, it is a horrible, horrible place for me, or anywhere where it's I mean, it can be something lovely. It could be like a concert that everyone's there to enjoy. There's no trouble or anything. It's just lovely. Everyone's there for the same reason. It's a happy, jolly experience. Even that is too overwhelming for me. So it doesn't, you're not protecting yourself from everything dark, nasty, scary, because I know the people that say you don't need protection if you're vibrating higher and all of that stuff, because you wouldn't need protection. It's only if you're down in that sort of energy. Well, that's not true at all. It's not an opinion. It's not true. It is something that I've experienced over the years. So, you know, when something turns from opinion to like a universal truth for me, or not a universal truth. Well, actually, I don't. Do you know what? I think it is actually a universal truth. We are affected by our environments, by the people around us, by the things around us. So actually, I think it is actually a universal truth. We need protection. It's not scary. I don't need protection because I'm scared. I'm not scared. I'm not in fear. That's what they say. Oh, you're living in fear if you need to protect yourself. Absolute tosh, complete rubbish. I do not live in fear. I know that I'm protecting myself means I can move about in the world so much easier. I can connect with other people in an experience. I can go to the supermarket, you know, because I normally do extra protection as well if I'm going somewhere where I know it for me it's going to be harder. So, but the thing is, so we're in a supermarket, okay? I've managed to track back to where I wanted to talk from. So you go to a supermarket, you're in a good mood, you woke up good, you're feeling great, you're just going to do a bit of shopping. You accidentally bump into someone who has just been told that a friend's died, a parent's died, that they've just lost their job, something's happened to them, you know, something quite big. They're in a mood. They don't want to be in the supermarket. They want to be at home and having a good cry. They need to be in the soup. They've got to still feed their children. Whatever it is, you bump into them and it triggers them because they need to release all this anger or this hurt or whatever it is. They might have had a row with their partner. They might have fallen out with their best friend. So that they need an outlet, that they need that. But they don't connect with that they're angry with their partner. They connect that this stupid idiot, which is you, has just bumped into them. And even though you're apologizing, like maybe their partner might have done or would do, they just see red. They're just seeing red. And their thoughts of all that anger that is for their partner or whatever is directed at you. Now, if you're not protected, you're going to get that. And that'll go in. So it comes through the layers of your aura and your energy bodies. So you might not even feel it straight away. And the other thing that can happen also is that you pick up on the anger and then you're angry. So it's mirrored. You take that anger on, which you don't realize. So then you could pass that anger to someone else. A vicious cycle then starts. Yeah. But going back to that anger comes your way and it starts moving through your energy bodies. If you're not protected, then there's no warning signal, there's no awareness. So the protection gives you awareness. It's like an alarm bell rings at the furthest part of your aura. It's going, hello, Sue, they've just sent anger at you. Can you feel it? Now, you may feel it if you're not protected, but if you're protected, 100% you're going to get it. 100% you're going to get that alarm bell goes off and you can cleanse quickly then. Release it. You don't want it. It's not yours, it's theirs. But the other thing is that they are boiling, they just keep boiling. And because they're not dealing with their problem directly, they then can think about you during the day. And because they've managed to make a connection with you, if you're not protected, they've made a connection. That can still happen anyway, even if you are protected, but it's diluted. It doesn't have the impact, but they make that connection. And this is why we need to do another video on to cleanse or not to cleanse. That is the question. To cleanse. Anyway, that connection. So throughout the day, they can just keep sending. And it's like you're on the same level with them because that line has been made. That's like, you know, where we cut cords. I dissolve, but most people cut cords because they've made that link with you. And then that energy can just keep coming. Now that eventually will get debilitating for you. And if you're highly sensitive, super sensitive, like I say, you can take on the anger, then you can pass it on to your children, or, you know, your child does something, spills something, and you are way more angry than you should be. You know, you lose it. And you sort of think, well, why have I lost it? And you know, it's very strange. But you haven't clicked because you're not protected. The awareness, the alarm bell didn't go off. Protection is just so important. And my whole being, since I've regularly protected every morning, and when I added in the algae's rune, oh my God, that for me was a game changer. My lovely sphere was great, and the other reason that I use ametrine is because with the violet flame, it's cleansing. So I feel that that not only am I protected, but as the stuff comes in, it's cleansed, it's dissolved, which protection does anyway to a degree. So it like, well, not even to a degree, it does. It comes in and then it's dispersed. So it's not as harsh if you're protected. If I wasn't in that sphere, that's coming straight through my energy bodies, through my aura into. You know, it can give you a headache. You can get definitely physical. I mean, emotional, absolutely. That is totally. So you know, it can hit your. It does hit your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body. So you know, the whole of your energy system gets it. Then it can get stuck in your solar plexus, more so you say, well, it could even be heart, but you know, you're into your energy system. Now with the algae, I've just ramped it up again because the energies out in the world are quite intense. And I was just sitting one day and I was thinking, you know, the one of the best crystals for real good heavy protection is tourmaline, black obsidian or black tourmaline, shoal black tourmaline. It is just amazing. It's brilliant. If you want to go somewhere where you know you've got a family thing and you don't get on with your cousin or something, there's some tension there, or you know it's going to be awkward, you know you really don't want to go, but you know you sort of have to. Then you want a really heavy duty sort of thing, and black tourmaline is fantastic for that. So I decided to, and I've always done a sphere because obviously my ametrine is a sphere, and I just said, I just changed it because I put myself in it. I sort of imagine it around me, and I say my ametrine sphere of protection. Now I say my ametrine shield of protection, and I'm really liking using the word shield. It's really, like I say, sort of ramped it up a bit. So now with my algae, I do algae tourmaline shield. So I imagine like a black shield of tourmaline with a beautiful algae rune in it. And so my algae tourmaline shield above me, below me, to the right of me, to the left of me, in front of me, behind me, my algae tourmaline shield of protection and connection. So yeah, you just I thought this video would go on a bit long, but to protect or not to protect is the question. Oh my goodness, just try it. Just do it for you need to do it for a good couple of months. If you are a person that only protects when you're doing a ritual, you're using your tarot cards, your runes, whatever, change it. Really change it. Do it just like you would clean your teeth, have a shower, have a bath, do normal things that you do for your physical hygiene. Think of it, this is your spiritual hygiene. This is a practice that you want to put in, that you want to do daily, you know, I mean, not every other day, daily, not weekly, daily. Protection should be daily. Every single morning, protect yourself. Find a way that you could, you know, try a bubble. If you don't feel that's good enough, try mirrors. You know, I never really connected with the mirror thing. I didn't like the mirror thing because I just felt like, to the poor person in the supermarket, I don't want them necessarily to get all their shit back. I know people like that. They feel that, well, they've sent it to me, but a lot of the time it's not that they're, you know, they're not aware that they've done that. They would be freaked out if they got home and realized that they'd given you all their shit. These aren't people that are sitting doing stuff against you. These can be your friends, your relatives, people that you love, people that love you. They can just say stuff that they don't mean even in a bad way. So I'm on about protecting yourself completely. Good, bad, you know, whatever it is, it's yes, it will help with the people that could possibly be sending you something bad. But, you know, there could be a colleague at work that you don't particularly get on with for no reason. You know, we get on with some people, we don't get on with others. People affect our energies in different ways. It's not a good, a bad. It's not bad people, good people. It's not that. It is the world and the energy. And a lot of us super sensitives, we are affected by things in the environment. So I can't go near Bluetooth. I bought myself a lovely pair of Bluetooth headphones to use for meditation and to be able to walk around the house, because you know they're cordless and all of that. I can't use them. I used them once, had the most awful headache. So I put them down, thought it was just a headache, but there was, see, my awareness was there. My awareness peaked, not peaked, it pricked me. It sort of said, but is that headache those headphones? So I put them down. A couple of days later, I got them out again. I used them again. Headache. I was like, whoa, okay. So I did the same again. I like the three rule. Did it again. Headache. Can't use them. I can't use them. So you know, it's all what's going on in the world. It's mobile phones, it's computers, it's, you know, we are affected, we are being bombarded with all sorts of stuff. You know, solar energy, the sun, I mean, oh my god, solar flares, they seriously affect me. Thunderstorms, which I like, clear my energy, I love, but earthquakes, all sorts of things affect me really heavily. But sights, sounds, smells, I can't go down the washing powder aisle down in the supermarket, because the smell just, oh my god, that I get physical, that kicks off my fibro and I get pain throughout my body. It's really horrendous. Chemicals, you know, it's so many things. So, you know, just doing that protection in the morning is amazing, because it you know, we don't know what's coming our way or what's in our energy field, and you know, and it can be anything. We can pick up on people's pain, we can pick up on people's grief, even through social media. You can go through YouTube, and a lot of people YouTube, you can go through like Facebook, and that's why a lot of people don't like Facebook. You know, you can see stuff, you know, stories affect you. That's why, you know, you watch a sad film, most of us cry, you know, and some of us are a bit hardened, but most of us will get upset about, you know, maybe a certain thing. Some people are more like, you know, upset if a dog gets hurt than maybe a human, but that's a completely different video. But you know, protect yourself. I honestly cannot emphasize this enough. It is not my opinion. It is something that I have learnt is absolutely imperative to your spiritual well-being. It is not my opinion. It is an absolute truth. We do need protection. I don't care if you're a top bloody guru vibrating blah 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 whatever, you'll still need protection, because we're not we're, you know, so oh well, the 3D world we're leaving behind and we're just vibrating in a 5D world. I mean, that's again another video which I won't be making. I, you know, try it. Try it. Do it for 3 months. Honestly, if you are a person that is affected, and you know you are affected by certain things, and you're not protecting yourself daily, try it. I guarantee you will feel better in 3 months. Do I still get affected? Absolutely, I do. You know, I mean, I struggle with the void of course period with the moon. The moon really gets me. But it, but if I wasn't, I think I'd be on my knees if I wasn't protected. I don't think I could get through a day, you know, with all the stuff that we have to. If you're gonna go to a situation that you know is going to be challenging, protect yourself more. Do extra protection. Do your daily morning routine, and then do extra protection if you're going somewhere that you need something, you know, more. Yeah, so to protect or not to protect, that is the question. Protect is absolutely the answer. Do it. See the difference if you're not doing it. Put any comments, you know, great, you know, you may disagree with me, that's absolutely fine. For me, I know I've worked on this. It's something that I've actually experimented with, done. I mean, I've gone weeks, I've gone like, right, okay, let me see, and I don't do protection. I know, I know, I know. But yeah, don't mind any comments, don't mind to chat about it. It'd be great to have a chat about it. If you're already subscribed, thank you for coming back. That I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching my videos. I know sometimes they're a bit long, but some of these subjects, you know, it takes a long time. If you're new, welcome. I'm Sue's Crystal Wolf. And I have a Facebook group, and I have a sister channel which is just for crafting, which is Crowfire Soul Crafting. Yeah, if you'd like to subscribe and you know, watch more videos, that'd be great. Yeah, just love and blessings to you all, and hope you have an amazing week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.